Right, guys, welcome to today's live stream between the Pumas and the Griquas. It's Currie Cup, calling Currie Cup round 3 of this year. And we see two underdogs really facing each other today. I think the Pumas might just be a little bit ahead of the Griquas at this stage. They are at home at Mbombela Stadium, and they will be looking to get that victory today that is going to be so vital in the long run for them. The Pumas currently sitting on 6 points after 2 games, and the Griquas sitting on 5. If the Pumas win today with 5 points, they could possibly move up into first place on the Currie Cup lock. And will this be the season without the Springboks that we see one of this minor sides getting into the playoffs for the first time in a while? I think it might be one of those cases today. So, yeah, without further ado, let's quickly go through the team lineups here. For the Pumas, you got Devin Williams, Mafura, Eric Grenier, Matt Moore, Etienne Taljaard, Edward Fischer, and then Günther Smuts. So in this backline, there's quite a few playmakers. The likes of Devin Williams have been tipped to maybe make a step up to a bigger union. The likes of Etienne Taljaard has been with the Pumas for a while now, and we know what he's capable of doing. So it will be interesting to see what those guys bring, as well as Eddie Fischer has been tipped as a possible Springbok just a year ago, I think it was. So definitely some talent in this Puma side. And we know that Günther Smits is another youngster coming through really nicely for this Puma side. And they're coached by a really good coach in Jimmy Stonehouse. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see who's going to go away with the victory today. Looking at the forwards of the Pumas, you've got Philly Engelbrecht, Pumazile Makongwana, Kleinhans, Pieter van Vieren, Darius Landsberg, E.G. Prinsloo, Simon Westraat, and Dewald Maritz. Now, not a lot of known players in that lineup. You've got lots of Willie Engelbrecht that has been playing for the Stormers in the Rainbow Cup. So a lot is expected from him today. As far as the rest of the guys, we know Makongwana has been a talented player, and he can definitely make a step up in the future if he wants to. So, yeah, plenty of unknown players in the side, but surely very well trained and very well drilled by Jimmy Stonehouse. So then the team for the Griquas today, Maxisoli, Banda, Kasendi, JC Nell, Andre Swartz, Edwin Keita, George Whitehead, and Stefan Unringer. So a lot of known players in this backline for the Griquas today. We've seen Banda play with the Kings before. We've seen JC Nell at the Bulls previously. He had a pretty damn good game against the Cheetahs last week out. So a lot is expected from him as well. And then Edward Keita, for me, was the man of the match for the Griquas last week. Just made carries and line breaks plenty in that game. So really looking forward to see what he can do. George Whitehead, we've known, have gone from province to province, ending up always back in the Griqua jersey after a stint somewhere else. So Stefan Umriger, former Sharks scrum half as well. So they do boost a lot of experience in this back line. And it will be interesting to see if they're going to get that go-forward ball from their forwards today. Then in the back line, in the forwards, we've got Henry Sergel, Sibalo Ngoma, Ruan Steenkamp, Cameron Lindsay, Jean-Ray Leonard, Andre Skitter, H.E. Lees, and Andre Beerwinkel for the Griquas. So, again, not a lot of known players in that forwards. We know that Cameron Lindsay, former Sharks player as well. Then Sergel didn't have a bad game, gave away a yellow card last week against the Cheetahs. Ruan Steenkamp, we know a while now, he's the captain of this Griquas side. So it's going to be very interesting to see how the two forwards line up against each other today, and whether this backline, that both dangerous backlines, will be able to get some go-forward ball and maybe get a couple of tries. Let's hope it's not going to be as poor as the game between the Cheetahs and the Griquas last time around, because we do know that these two are the two minors of the Currie Cup, but maybe all that will change this season. Looking at the bench of the Pumas, you've got HP van Schoor, Edwin Swart, Ruan Kramer, Brandon Valentine, Kwanda Damasa, Griswold September, Wayne van der Bank, and Jade Stichlings. So we know that Jade Stichling was with the Bulls as well. So a lot is expected from him to show his class as well. And then Wayne van der Bank has been demoted to the bench as of late. We know he's a good, strong runner, ball carrier. So it will be interesting to see when he comes on, whether the game has opened up a little bit or not. Then Kwanda Damaso is also one of the players that's tipped for a great future, but whether that will happen, we will have to wait and see. Then for the Griquas on the bench, we've got Hunker Ace, Max McCauley, Visser, Mazondele, Sito, Gideon van der Merwe, Regan Oranje, Theo Boshoff, and Edry Arendse. So we know that Edry Arendse, a very experienced wing for this Griquas side. He will boost a lot of experience coming off the bench. And then I was quite impressed with Regan Oranje's performance last week when he came onto the off from the bench. So, and then obviously Gideon van der Merwe, also a very good quality loose forward who can take that ball up if necessary, get those valuable meters with the carries and everything. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see going through this lineups. I initially said that the Pumas were going to win this one, but who knows? It could easily turn out the other way around, and Griquas can upset this Pumas side. But whether they do have the firepower, we'll find out in just a few minutes' time. Kickoff will be coming to you just in a few minutes' time. So leave your comment in the comment section who you think is going to win. I do have a poll up on my channel. Let's just quickly go and have a look where that is at the moment. So currently, let's just do this real quickly. So at the moment, we've got the Pumas and the Griquas. After 8 votes, we've got a 50-50 ball game. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see what's going to happen towards the end of this game. So as of 8 votes, it's not a lot, but at least 4 guys are split on this. So at the moment, I would say it goes to the Pumas. So we'll just add that little extra to this one before we go live to this one. Leave your message in the comment section, guys. As always, it's really fun doing all these nice little rugby banter every time we do these live streams. So let me know who you think is going to win this one. We are there on the poll. You can see there is a poll to who will win this game between the Pumas and the Griquas, and currently it is a stalemate. So going to be very interesting to see. The referee for today, Griffin Colby, 28-year-old Free State born, making his Currie Cup debut in 2020. His assistant referees will be, TMO Ben Krause. He will be doing the TMO duty for us today. So it's going to be one of those games. Don't know what to expect. Will we see a hard-running rugby game, or will we see the forwards bash it up? Will we see an aerial ping-pong battle? That is something that we will find out in just a couple of minutes' time. Albert Twitter has joined in as well. Say hi, Guru. Hope you're well. Pumas by 3, but it will be close. So Albert also say Pumas today. I do believe home advantage will count in favor of the Pumas today. It's going to be very, very interesting to see who walks away with the victory today. Like I said, guys, leave your prediction in the comment section. Let me know who do you think is going to win. And are you guys excited for the Springbok kickoff in around 3 hours' time from now? It's been 2 years since the Springboks have played any test match rugby. We are going to be back after 2 years and finally doing some live commentary on that Springbok games. I also did something in the poll for the Springbok game, asked by how many points the Springboks are going to win. You guys can go and make your choice there as well. And then on my YouTube channel itself, I ask, who do you guys think is going to score the first try of the Springboks this year? Right, 11J said has joined in, says, hi, I hope you're well. So 11J said, I'm pretty damn good. What is your score prediction for this one? Do you think home advantage to the Pumas will count, or will the Griquas fly high like they did last week against the Cheetahs? Oh, Right, let's quickly go through. Albert says, still trying to find Georgia on a map, but very excited. Yeah, it's not the biggest of teams. We all know that Georgia is a tier 2 nation. They're just too good for Europe, the competition that they play in, but just not good enough to make it up to the Six Nations at this time. So, yeah, I'm expecting a high victory for the South Africans today. But because it's been 2 years, we don't know what to expect. Then 11J said, I think the Pumas by 15 points today. That is a massive margin to give the Pumas. But who knows? It could just as well turn out that way. The Pumas are flying high. They've been doing really well against the Bulls, and they beat the Lions quite comfortably. So it should be one of those games. Flying Wizard 104 says Pumas will win for sure. So what is your score prediction there, Flying Wizard? And then Sparrow says, I'm so hyped up for tonight. Yeah, it's like I say, it's been 2 years, man, since we last played a test match. I remember that game very fondly, the World Cup final against England. It was a pretty fantastic game. I didn't do commentary by that time. So definitely in the future, I will be covering you guys all the Springbok games, live commentary on my channel. So don't forget to subscribe and press that like button if you're new as well. Right, so the teams are now onto the field, and we should be getting underway in just a couple of minutes' time, or a minute or so's time. Just quickly going to go through the backline again. Devin Williams, Mafura, Cronje, Moore, Talyard, Fouchier, and Smuts for the Pumas. Then the forwards, Engelbrecht, Makungwana, Kleinhans, Van Vieren, Landsberg, Prinsloo, Westraat, and Maritz for the Pumas. Then for the Griquas, the backline, Banda, Kassendi, Nel, Swart, Keita, Whitehead, Unrige. Then the forwards, Sergel, Kwama, Steenkamp, Lindsay, Leonard, Skitterlies, and Bierwinkel. So do you guys still think that the Pumas will win this one? It should be a really close one. Flying Wizard says the Pumas will win with 10 points minimum today. Right, I possibly predict, let's go with an 8-point victory for the Pumas today. 11J said, looking forward to the Springbok game as well. Also, the All Blacks playing tomorrow, I think. Australia and France next week as well. A lot of games to look forward to. Yep, so we will be doing the Springbok game after this one at 7 o'clock. And then we've got the All Blacks versus Tonga tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock SA time. Then we also got Australia versus France on Wednesday. Don't forget that that game will not be a weekend game, but it will be played on a Wednesday. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I will give you guys the notifications for those games as well. A lot of international rugby coming up, but for now, it's Currie Cup round 3, Pumas versus Griquas, all to play for. Pumas on 6 points, Griquas on 5. Western Province leading with 11 points after 3 games. The Bulls on 10, the Sharks on 7. But Western Province and the Bulls have played 1 game more than the rest of them. So the Pumas could potentially move up to the top of the lock after this game today. Flying Wizard says, can't wait. And then also says, so hyped. Yeah, it's been so long, man. It's like I said, I think we've been starving some Springbok rugby, and it would be very interesting to see how we do in our first opening game. It's one of those games that you don't know what to really expect from the Springboks after 2 years of absence. But it's about time, and I'm more keen to see how Fussy do on the left wing. Also the likes of Jasper Visser coming to the side. But we are going to go live now. It is George Whitehead to get this game underway for us, taken in by the Pumas, and they're going to go for touch early on in this game. Eddie Fisher not going to find touch, and it is into the hands of the Griquas on halfway. Taken forward by the left wing there, making a couple of meters. It's actually Kassendi who made a couple of meters for the Griquas, but now held up in the tackle, and it's going to be a scrum down to the Pumas. About 5 meters inside the half of the Griquas. So great work there. It was Banda who took it up for the Griquas, but unfortunately got held up in that tackle. But it looks like it is going to be Griqua ball somehow. Not exactly sure what the reason for that is. We will get back to that in just. It goes to the Pumas. So there's going to be a throw in to Stefan Unruger early on. Oh, sorry, excuse me. It is going to be Gunter Smits to feed this to the scrum for the Pumas. We've had about a minute of play in this game, and it's all up for grabs here. The Pumas can move to the top of the lock if they win with a bonus point and win quite comfortably today. Will we see the Pumas reach a semi-final for the first time in, well, have they ever reached a semi-final? I'm not sure. Might have to go and have a look into that at some stage. So the scrum feed is solid at the back of that one. Now Gunter Smith, out it goes to Eddie Fischer, almost up to the 10-meter line inside Griquas half. Here they come again. Good work here from the Pumas, just putting it up. Eddie Fischer, out it goes to the left winger. Over the 10-meter line they go. Now it comes back. Driven forward by the big pack of forwards. Gunter Smits again. Eddie Fischer. Out wide they go. Skip pass out wide to Devin Williams. Now there's a chance here, but into touch goes the right winger, Mafura. Well, good tackle there from George Whitehead on him and brings him down just between the 10 and the 22-meter line inside Griquas half. We've had 2 minutes of play. Who do you guys think is going to win this? Vote in the poll on my side. Currently 13 votes saying Griquas are going to take it 54-46. So if you're a Puma supporter, go ahead and vote on the poll. Lineup taken beautifully by the Griquas. Now taken Unruger to George Whitehead, kicks it downfield. Not going to find touch. Mafura underneath it now. Roundabout on his 22, gives it out to Devin Williams, who's going to put it to the boot, and he kicks it down inside the 22, but not out. And George Whitehead is going to return this with interest, but also don't find touch. And Eddie Fischer now. Devin Williams goes to the air. Willie Engelbrecht is chasing after this. Roundabout on a 10-meter line inside Griquas half. Taken there by Keita for the Griquas. Now Unruger, taken forward by Circle for the Griquas. Comes back, George Whitehead. Now a bit of space opening up, but they kick it ahead, trying to find space in behind, but beautifully collected by Eddie Fischer, who kicks it up and under again. So we're seeing an aerial ping-pong battle at the moment. Now Unruger out to Whitehead, about 5 meters out from their own 22. Here they come on a run now. Keita up to the 10-meter line. He goes, middle of the field. Box kick over the top from Unruger, and he's going to find plenty of pace behind the Pumas defense there, and it runs into touch about 5 meters inside the 22 of the Pumas on the left-hand side of the field. Right, so a defensive line-up coming up for the Pumas now after 4 minutes of play in this game. Who do you guys think is going to win this one? 50-50 at the moment. 14 votes on the poll. Who do you think is going to walk away with this? Who's going to score the first try of the game? Right, the Pumas now with a throw-in. 5 meters inside their own 22 at the moment. Line out beautifully taken there by the lock forward. And now it comes out to Devin Williams, who's going to kick this downfield. And he's going to find touch roundabout on the 10-meter line inside their own half. So great attacking opportunity now for the Griquas after 5 minutes of play. Yep, roundabout between the 22 and the 10-meter line inside Pumas half. So great opportunity now for the Griquas. Throw in here from H.G. Lees, and he's going to go to the back, but it's been overthrown from the Griquas, but somehow they do get it back. So chance now. Bando with the pass. Out it goes to Goma. Still about between the 10 and the 22 is the Griquas now. Comes back to Sergel. He drives it up for the Griquas now. Unruger. Out it goes to Bierwinkel. Puts his head down. Driven back in the tackle there by the Pumas. Runabout on the 10-meter line. Here they come again. Taken forward. Oh, it's been ripped by the Pumas. And now a chance here for them. Mafusa tried to throw a dummy, but wasn't falling for it. Was the Griquas there. Roundabout between the 10 and the 22 inside their own half now. A chance for them to clear. Smuts gives it out to the forwards. Ruck has been formed, just slowing this game down just a wee little bit now to control it. Smuts is going to go with the box kick over the top here for sure. Right, Jasper de Toy says go Griquas, and the Kiwi lads have joined in as well, saying how's it, mate? How's it going, Kiwi lads? So box kick over the top collected by the Griquas on their own 10-meter line now. It is Unrigo waiting for it. Now comes out to Bierwinkel again on the 10-meter line. But a penalty to the Pumas, holding on the ground there and beautifully managed to steal that ball was Francois Kleinhans for the Pumas. And it was Norma who didn't want to release. So an early opportunity here for the Pumas now. Jasper de Toy says elbow cough. Right, guys, so let's see. Will the Pumas go for goal? Yes, they will. So Eddie Fouchier will try and put the first points on the board here for the Pumas after about 7 minutes of play. The Kiwi lad says, going good, mate. Very excited for the Springboks playing. Absolutely. It's one of the games of the year for me, regardless whether it's against Georgia or not. It's been 2 years since we last played international rugby. So for me, this is one of the biggest ones so far this year as well. And Jasper de Toy says, me too, mate. So Eddie Fouchier now with the attempt to go for goal here on the 10-meter line inside Griquas half. Is it going to go through? Yes, it is. So 3 points to 0. The Pumas lead after 7.5 minutes. The best start that they could have asked for after having to really take the pressure early on in this game. 7.5 minutes gone, and it's the Pumas now 3. The Griquas 0. Right, so it is going to be a restart now from George Whitehead for the Griquas on halfway. Can Griquas come back from this? Now here they come. The restart is a very deep one inside the 22, but beautifully contested by Keita. And it's the Griquas who gets it back, but the pass inside got intercepted by the Pumas. But the referee are going to call them back now for a knock-on. Unfortunately, Keita knocked it on as he contested that ball in the air. Otherwise, big problems for the Pumas. It would have been 5 meters out from their own try line. So the scrum is going to be around 5 meters inside the 22 of the Pumas now. Keita contested that ball beautifully, but unfortunately knocked it on. It spilled into the hands of Andre Swartz, but his pass got intercepted by the prop forward of the Pumas, but the referee then called them back for that little knock on. The Kiwi lads score prediction for this match. You're normally pretty good with them. So I did say that the Pumas are going to take this with around 8 points, Kiwi lads. So let's see. Some people say a little bit more, 15 points. We've had 10 points. Others say it's going to be a very close one. So let me say I'm going to go with 8 points here. The scrum has gone up, so they're going to have another reset scrum here, 5 meters inside their own 22. I hope you're referring to this one, Kiwi lads. If you're referring to the Springbok one, I would say Springboks by 30 points plus, or even 35 points maybe. But who knows? It could turn out to be a much closer contest as well. Jasper de Toy says, Griquas, please win my team. Yeah, so you guys had a pretty damn good game against the Cheetahs last week. And if you guys can maybe emulate that second half, then you sure as hell can win this one today. Right, 5 meters scrum, or 5 meters inside the 22 of the Pumas now. Scrum feed to Smuts for the Pumas. This will be the second reset of this one. And at the back, controlled by Willie Engelbrecht, and the penalty goes the way of the Pumas. Illegal scrummaging from the Griquas, trying to wheel that one, and they give away a penalty there. And I must say that the hooker of the Pumas are a very happy man at the moment, Simon Westraat for the Pumas. The kick downfield from Eddie Fouchier finds touch roundabout between the 10 and halfway inside their own half, and a chance for them to maybe go on the attack or even put it further down. Smithy Toilet says, Kiwi lads, how's it, brother? Right, you guys must be very looking forward to the game between the All Blacks and Tonga tomorrow morning as well. Smitty Toilet says, "Far, I don't reckon I'll be able to watch the Springboks." Well, that's a pity, Smitty. I know that some of the games won't be shown, but I'm sure that Sky said that they did get the rights to watch the game. Right, the Pumas now have won that line out, and they're slowly trying to work their way up. But on the 10-meter line, Eddie Fisher is going to put it on the boot, and he finds, it's gone out directly into touch. So we will go back to round about the 10-meter line inside Pumas half for a line out to the Griquas. Smitty Toilet also says, "Can't go to sleep. I need a little nap before the game." And then Jasper, "I'm a Springbok. Springbok is my land. I'm staying in South Africa." And then Elgin says, "Go Kimberley." Right, the throw in from the Griquas is taken well now. George Whitehead gives it out to Andre Swartz. Up to the 10-meter line goes the Griquas. Roundabout in the middle of the field now. George Whitehead again out to JC Nell. Brought down beautifully there by the Pumas. Comes back now. Unrige out to Whitehead. Puts it to the boot. And he's going to try and find space in behind. It is going to be taken there by Mafusa. But we are going to come back. It seems like it's going to be a penalty to the Griquas after about 12 minutes in this game. Yep, a high tackle there from the Pumas right on the 10-meter line in the middle of the field for the Griquas. The Kiwi lad says, "Going good, mate. I'm trying to keep myself busy so that I don't end up falling asleep before the game." Yeah, so that is what, a 4 o'clock or a 5 o'clock kickoff in New Zealand for you guys. Is that correct? Rugby Hits video says, "Is the game still at 7 tonight?" Yes, it is. So strangely enough, they haven't switched the time at all for the Springbok game, which is a little bit surprising given that we're in lockdown 4 and everybody needs to be at home at around 9 p.m. SA time. So very surprised by that though. Yeah, the Kiwi lad says a 5 a.m. game, late night indeed. Smitty Toilet, Hart, woke up at 9 this morning, been awake the entire day. If I were to watch the game, I'll end up being able to do 22 hours. Goodness gracious. Well, great. Jasper de Toy says, "Go Griquas." Right, then the kick from him has gone through. So it's all square here at Mbombela Stadium. It's 3-3 after about 13 and a half minutes into this game. Right, so good kick there from George Whitehead, putting the scores level here, as it is going to be now Eddie Fisher to restart this game for us. Right, it's been a very argy-bargy game so far, a lot of kicking, aerial ping-pong, but it should get better with time. Right, the kickoff has not been secured by the Griquas. No, it has. It's a penalty to the Griquas now, 5 meters outside their own 22. It is offside from the Pumas, and it's the number 4 who got penalized there. That is Landberg, the penalized person there for being offside. So kick downfield from George Whitehead is going to find touch roundabout between the 10 and halfway. Yeah, very sloppy kickoff there from the Pumas. Was a good kickoff, but very sloppy from the Griquas. But they do get the penalty, and now the line has gone a little bit awkward for them, being slapped away, but they do get possession roundabout on their own 10-meter line. Now taken forward by Bierwinkel for the Griquas. Will they be able to make something of this, bringing in the forwards? Unrige waiting for the ball, probably going to go with another box kick over the top here for the Griquas. Does so. Straight down the middle of the field. Sorry. It's going to be collected by Devin Williams now, and he's going to kick this downfield and not going to find touch into the hands of Keita. And here comes George Whitehead again with the up and under. It's really been a kicking game so far, trying to see who makes the mistakes. Devin Williams have knocked that ball on for the Pumas, and now the Griquas got it on halfway. Unrige, out it goes to George Whitehead. Now Swart out to Nell. Nell is going to straighten the line over the 10-meter line, but brought down beautifully by the defense of the Pumas. Still on the 10-meter line. They're going on the attack again. It's Single who gets it up for the Griquas now. George Whitehead out to JC now, trying to work his way up at the defense of the Pumas, just not giving them any space at the moment. Still around on the 10-meter line inside their own half is the Griquas now. 16 minutes gone in this game. Unruga waiting for that ball to come out. He's going to go with another box kick over the top. And who's going to collect this? Devin Williams have got it on his own 10-meter line. Now he's going to try and run it, but Bierwinkel smashes him in a tackle and managing to get it back as the Pumas roundabout on their own 10-meter line at the moment. Smuts waiting for it to come out, and now he's going to give it out to the big forwards, who's going to bash their way up to the 10-meter line right in the middle of the field. Smuts waiting for it to come back again. Pumas just trying to settle things down a little bit. Like I said, a lot of kicking so far in this game by both teams so far. Smuts gets it back, and it's going to be kicked downfield, this time by Devin Williams, who's going to find space in behind the Griquas team and finds touch 5 meters inside the 22 of the Griquas. That's an excellent kick from him. Right, let's see how the comment sections have gone so far. Jasper de Toy says, what will we win in the match if we win? So if the Griquas win, they move up, I think, to second place on the lock, which is good enough for now for them. And Flying Wizard says, go Pumas. Jasper says, go Griquas. So over the top from the Griquas, and it's been stolen by the Pumas now. 5 meters inside the 22 of the Griquas now. Out wide they go to Willie Engelbrecht. Out it goes. Oh, beautiful break here from the Pumas. And it's going to be a try to the inside center. Matt Moore who gets over for the Pumas. And that's the first try of the game. Some really poor defense from the Griquas there, allowing Matt Moore to break through the first line of defense and then just work his way up to the try line. The Kiwi lads asking, how are your pronunciations for the Georgian teams? So, Uberablaslachi and Watawatwachi, it's going to be hard, man. I just hope South Africa has the most of the possession and we don't have to pronounce those Georgian names, but it's going to be really, really hectic. If you look at some of these names just real quickly, you've got Niasvili, Tabutsatsi, Kwezalatsi, Sharadatsi, Pablatsi, Azabadatsi, and Lopsadatsi. So it's ridiculous, man. Jalagonia, Saganatsi, Spanaralatsvili, Makadatsi, David, Malagatsi, Brechfatsi, and then Koshulavili. So it's gonna be hectic, man. It's so terrible that we have to. Well, we actually have to study those names, really. So the conversion from Eddie Fisher has gone over. So 10 points to 3 after 19 minutes it is. Let's see. Smitty Toilet says, got to fall asleep quickly, otherwise I won't be up for the box. Barry Green says, hi, Guru, how are you? I'm good, thank you, Barry. Smitty Toilet says, got 2 GOAT rugby commentators on the same video. Thank you so much, man. Right, so the restart from the Griquas have been knocked on and they were in an offside position, the Pumas. So it is going to be a penalty to the Griquas right about on the 22-meter line and a chance maybe to get back into this game after 20 minutes. Flying Wizard says, don't forget paparazzi. Absolutely, man. 5 a.m., Georgian names, time to cry in the corner. No, it's going to be hectic, man. Like I say, I hope South Africa keeps most of the possession and we don't have to pronounce their names quite often. So the line-out has now been kicked out by the Griquas. The line-out again sloppy, but they managed to get it. Circle's got it at the back here, about 10 meters out from the try line now is the Griquas. So opportunity now. Unruga gives it out to the big tight forwards, driving their way up. Can they make something of this? Is the Griquas still going with the forwards, pick and go at the moment. And they're just going to try and keep calm and patient here. Will the Pumas defense hold out? Still about 10 meters out is the Griquas at the moment. Still working their way forward. Through the forwards is the Griquas. Just pick and go all the time. Right in the middle of the field now. About 7 meters out. Still bashing it up with the forwards. No other plan at the moment. Just trying to soften the Pumas up through the middle here. 5 meters out now is the Griquas. Goma got his hands on the ball. Pick and go from him again. The Griquas are looking good at the moment. It is taken forward there by Lindsay. And still coming. 2 meters out now is the Griquas. Just a pick and go all the time at the moment. Still about 2 meters out. Let's see what happens with this one. Koma, oh, has he lost it? Yes, he has. So it's going to be a scrum down to the Pumas, 5 meters out from the try line, right in the middle of the field. So a great wasted opportunity goes a begging there for the Griquas. Let's see. Smitty says, I reckon either 37-15 box or 57-3. And then Flying Wizard, what's your prediction at this point for the game? So I did say that the Pumas are going to win this by 8 points, Flying Wizard. So I'm going to probably stick to that scoreline at this stage. I know that we've had one that has had a 15-point margin for the Pumas as well. And then obviously you definitely went with the Griquas, I think it was, Jasper. So yeah, it's going to be a tight game. There's currently an injury to be attended to. It is, I think, Lees who's getting the attention for the Griquas at the moment. Let's just see if it is Lees. Yes, it is Lees. Got a little bit of blood on his head. So they're just attending to that real quickly. Elgin Mokakong says rugby balls. Yep, it's rugby day here on a Friday. International rugby at its best. The Springboks making their return to international rugby today after 2 years in the darkness. Right, so 5 meter scrum now to the Pumas. It's going to be Gunter Smith to feed this to the scrum here. We've had 22 minutes of this game, and it's pretty tight so far. Still anybody's game at the moment, although the Pumas are leading by 7 points at the moment. Will they be able to hold on to this victory that they have at the moment? 22 minutes gone. 5 meter scrum now to the Pumas. Do remember, guys, I have a poll up at the moment. 24 votes. Pumas 58% to the Griquas 24 at the moment. Scrum feed by Gunter Smith. Big scrum from the Griquas. What's going to happen with this one? No, it goes up, and we're going to have a reset scrum here. Still 5 meters out from the Pumas try line. It's still going to be a Pumas throw in to the scrum. Oh, sounds like my voice wants to disappear on me for a minute here. Let's give it a little bit of medicine. Goodness gracious, what is going on with my voice today? Barry says, let's see. Barry said, busy having Rocco Mama's burger and cheesy fries. Good way to start the weekend. Absolutely. Absolutely great way to take it off with a takeaway, Barry. You should make some home-cooked food, man. Right. Can't imagine how your throat feels. Yeah, it's one of those things. Gunter Smith now feeds it, and it's a bit sloppy for the Pumas at the back. Eddie Fisher has managed to get that away for them, and he's going to find a beautiful touch roundabout on halfway here for the Pumas after he was under tremendous pressure there. Jasper says, my throat is on fire. What? Why? Right, so we've had 24 minutes in this game, guys. It's a 7-point lead to the Pumas at the moment. Leave your vote in the poll as to who you think is going to win this. The Griquas were leading that poll for a long time, and then it suddenly changed quickly as more people came to watch. So the lineup taken beautifully by Lindsay for the Griquas, but Cater has knocked it on, and that is a bad mistake from the left winger there. It's going to be a scrum down to the Pumas now, right about on, 5 meters inside the half of the Griquas now. Just that little mistakes that is making life really hard. Barry asking, do you buy takeaways where you are? Yeah, I do. I actually, it's a strange thing. I actually live right next to a cafe that's got a takeaway place. So, yeah, there's basically everything there, fries, burgers, sandwiches, pies, everything. So I can basically just walk next door and go and buy some. But as far as franchises, we don't really have any here. Closest one is the KFC and then Debonair's, and also what else is there? Steers and so on. But I'm not really fond of that. I do like to make my own food, Barry. Flying Wizard says, best Puma player that stands out at this moment. Best Puma player at this stage, I must say I'm quite impressed so far with the way Eddie Fischer has been dominating the kicking battle. Devin Williams have found a few good kicks in behind of the Griquas. Gunter Smits is having a good one, and Billy Engelbrecht, as always, having a good one. And there's another penalty now to the Pumas from that scrum. So a chance maybe to have a shot at goal here. Another guy that's had a fantastic game so far for the Pumas has been the number 2, Simon Westraat, who's put a lot of pressure on the Griquas scrums at this stage. But for me, if I have to single out one, it will probably have to be Eddie Fischer at this stage. Right. Smitty, you guys in South Africa enjoy meat pies? Absolutely, Smitty. Certainly love my my pepper steak and my chicken and mushroom. So definitely like those. Jasper says, I hate the Griquas. Why would you hate them, Jasper? Right, so maul has been formed now by the Pumas on the 22-meter line. Another chance here for them to maybe take the lead in this game or even extend that lead at the moment. Gunter Smith out to Eddie Fischer, nearly breaks through there. Quickly, they need to regroup now. Gunter Smith waiting for it. Goes to the right side of the field, taken forward by Westraat. Westraat making a couple of meters up the middle here. Oh, did he throw that? Well, are the referee going to blow this for a penalty now? What's going to happen here? Yep, it is going to be a penalty again to the Pumas. About 5 meters from the right-hand touchline, just outside of 22. And they are going to kick this into touches. The Pumas now setting up a 5-meter line out here for the Pumas. Great opportunity for the Pumas to extend the lead here. Barry, do you wings? Do you wings? Yeah, I do wings. Definitely. I love to make my own one. I like to replicate those. What did they call that one? I don't know if I'm allowed, but the Spur do have that lovely wings with the Dirkie sauce or something. I really love those. I make those myself quite often. And then also Nando's are quite one that I like to buy as well. Smitty says, yeah, bro, meat pies on my life. I near Patrick Spice and Roctaro won Supreme Pie Award 7 in a row. Goodness gracious. Flying Wizard says, Pumas are hunting the Griquas at the moment of the game. Absolutely. So 5-meter line out to the Pumas now after 28 minutes, and they have a chance now to extend that lead. And if they're successful with this, the Griquas might struggle to get back into this game. Right, line out taken beautifully there by the Pumas now. 5 meters out, they form the maul. Here they come, driving maul beautifully. And it looks like they're going to go over for a try here. It looks like it's Westraat who is going to go over for the try for the Pumas. And that is a great try from the Pumas. Great team try from them. No stopping that maul there. And Simon Westraat, who I did say has had a pretty damn good game so far, gets the try for the Pumas. Barry says that Do you do extra hot wings? Make me go to... I must stop terrorizing myself. Absolutely. That stuff is hot, man, Barry. All right, so it is a second try now for the Pumas, and it looks like the Griquas is going to have a really tough task here in the second half. We've still got about 10 minutes to go in this first half. So if the Griquas wants to stay in this contest, they surely will have to prevent the Pumas from getting another one and then maybe score some points of their own before halftime or just at the start of second half if they realistically want to have an opportunity to win this game. FHL will beat the Pumas. Who's the FHL, Jasper? Go Pumas, says Flying Wizard. Right, the conversion kick here from Eddie Fisher has gone to the right of the post. So the scoreline remains 15 points to 3. Smitty says the NRL was all good last night. Panthers slightly scraping through against Cleary. So that is definitely a sport that I've envied and would have loved to watch, but I just don't seem to get into it for some reason. I know it's a fun sport, but it's just not as good as rugby union for me. Right, the kickoff from the Griquas have found the Pumas, and another maul here coming from the Pumas now. Driving their way up to almost up between the 22 and the 10-meter line. Now Smuts gives it out to the tight head prop who makes a couple of meters for the Pumas. They just need to control this first half. Like I say, still about 10 minutes to go in this first half. They just need to control this game and keep the Griquas away from a try. Smuts is waiting for the ball at the back of this ruck. He gives it out to Eddie Fisher again, who's going to put it to the boot and not going to find touch on that one. Bunda's got it for the Griquas now up to the 10-meter line. He goes. Chased down by George Whitehead, but beautifully collected again by Eddie Fisher for the Pumas now. Good counter-ruck from the Griquas, but not going to get it. Smuts waiting for it about 5 meters out from their own 22. Now taken forward beautifully by the forwards of them. Just controlling this, like I said. Still 10 minutes to go. Westraat taking it up for the Pumas. Now Smuts, out it goes to Fisher again. Again puts it to the boot. And that one not going to find touch as well. Into the hands of Unraga. Now Banda, 5 meters out from his own 22, is going to kick this downfield. And we've gone back to the kicking game now. Looks like Devin Williams is going to have another kick downfield. And from inside his 22, not going to find touch. Into the hands of Banda again. And here comes the Griquas now. JC Nell's going to kick this downfield. And he is going to find touch on halfway for the Griquas. Roundabout between the halfway and the 10-meter line of the Pumas. Smitty Flying Wizard, first of all, says, who do you think will play at the final? Probably the Bulls and the Sharks, or the Western Province and the Bulls. Bulls have got so much depth at the moment that it is really difficult. Yet through a lot of prospect in league that will dominate in rugby. RTS coming over to Union. I've heard about that, and I can't wait to see how he does for the Blues as well. Jasper de Toy says DHL proving full beat the Pumas or Griquas. Right, lineup taken by the Pumas now on the 10-meter line. A little kick ahead from Eddie Fisher, beautifully collected by Banda for the Griquas. And just inside their own half, the Griquas has got this now. Bierwinkel is going to set it up for the Griquas now. Unraga waiting for it to come out. Roundabout on the 10-meter line inside their own half. And we're going to see another kick coming. George Whitehead goes to the air. And Devin Williams are waiting for this ball to come down. He knocks it on. And a chance now for the Griquas on a 10-meter line inside Pumas half. But they also knock it on. And it's going to be a scrum down out to the Griquas on a 10-meter line inside Pumas half. Jasper de Toy says, go Pumas. Barry asking, what's your prediction? So I still say that the Pumas are going to win this by 8 points. I mean, I must stick to what I said originally. But at the moment, it does look like the Pumas are going to maybe run away with the game as things goes down. Smitty Toilet says, RT is bloody magical, eat up meters. I didn't give him space, he'll score anyway. But definitely going to, really looking forward to see what he's going to do for the Blues next season. And he's one of those players that can potentially cause a lot of problems at the next World Cup. Elgin says, no, Pumas. So they've knocked it on. And Barry says, I say 17 for the Pumas. Right, scrum feed from Unraga now on the 10-meter line. Big scrum from the Griquas. And they are going to milk the penalty here. So, whoa, are they going to go? No, advantage first of all. And here they come now. The Griquas about 5 meters out from the 22 now. Have an opportunity. Driving their way forward. Here they come. Unraga over the 22-meter line they go. About 10 meters out from the try line now is the Griquas. Oh, George Whitehead goes to the cross kick, but there's just nobody there chasing after that. Devin Williams have got it, but we're coming back for the penalty against the Pumas there. Barry says Griquas 2-1. Smitty Toilet says, reminds me of Jason Robinson, both transferring to Union at 27. First Rugby World Cup at the age of 29. Jasper says Pumas 49, Griquas 17. That's a big, big call. But like I said, we have come back for that penalty. And it looks like the Griquas are going to go for goal from here. Very strange call at this stage of the game because they are behind with 12 points. Let's see. Now, yeah, he is going to go for goal. So George Whitehead has decided to go for goal here for the Griquas on the 10-meter line inside the Pumas half. Doesn't look like they really want to fight back in this game, are the Griquas at the moment. So let's see what's going to happen with this one. George Whitehead, if he misses this, it's going to be even worse for the Griquas. Right, so George Whitehead now with the attempt at goal here for the Griquas. Let's see if he can get this. It is going, and it's over. So 15 points to 6 with 5 minutes to go in this second half. Right, Mahmoud says Pumas 38, the Griquas 17. Right, that is an interesting call from them giving high scores here. If the Griquas can get one more try, they'll be right back into this as Lindsay take the kickoff for the Griquas about 5 meters out from their own 22. Beautifully taken now. Unraga waiting for it to come out, gives it out to Bierwinkel, who works his way up, still about 5 meters out from their own 22. Right in the middle of the field is the Griquas now. Unraga is going to kick this for us over the top. And who's chasing this one? It has been chased down by the right winger. Nobody wants that ball. It bounces into touch. Devin Williams not getting that one. And it's going to be a line out to the Pumas on halfway with about 4 minutes to go in this first half. Kassendi, the man with the hoist, or chased down that hoist, putting Devin Williams under a bit of pressure. But in the end, nobody wanted that ball. Right, so like I said, 4 minutes to go in this first half. It's going to be a line out now to the Pumas on halfway. Possession going the way of the Pumas, 56-44. And in territory, 53-47 to the Griquas. We've seen a lot of aerial ping pong in this game, lots of kicks. The line out now a bit sloppy from the Pumas. They do get it back. And on the attack comes the number 12, Matt Moore, now up to halfway. Now Smuts. Big drive from Westgrad again. He's been lively for this Pumas side today. And now Smuts waiting for it to come back again. He's going to give it out to Eddie Fisher. Eddie Fisher under pressure. He's going to kick it downfield. Not going to find touch into the hands of Kassendi. But we are coming back for a penalty to the Griquas on the 10-meter line inside Pumas half. Players offside from that kick, and a great opportunity now for the Griquas to get some points before halftime. Smutty Toilet also says that Ponga would be good in Union. He'll likely play for Australia despite him wanting to play for the All Blacks. So there was a lot of talk about Ponga making the switch to Union, but he just never realized whether he's gone down in form or whether they don't want him in Union. It's a different story. I don't really know the background there. Barry says it was funny how Georgia was playing on rugby. Challenge down, they go for a goal. When 21-3, still go for a goal. Yeah, no. And Griquas are doing exactly the same now, Barry. So, yeah, it's strange. Griquas have decided to go for goal for this one as well. So, one would have thought that they would kick that into touch, set up the line out, and try and drive their way over the try line. But no, they are going to have another shot at goal here for George Whitehead. Let's see if he's going to get it. It's about 5 meters from the right-hand touch line. He lines it up, and that is a solid kick from him. So 15 points to 9, and it's a 6-point game. So, yeah, that is a good turnaround for the Griquas this time around. Smitty says Bongo is only 22, so he still have time. Well, didn't know he's so young. Right, so the restart here from the Pumas inside the 22 of the Griquas. They've got it, and it is now awaited by George Whitehead, who's at scrum off. Now Unreya gets there, and they need to clear this one. He kicks it downfield, and he's going to find touch round about between the 10 and halfway inside Griquas half. Jasper de Toy says, I'm playing Rugby Challenge free game, Bulls versus Pumas. Then also Barry, well, it okay for the Griquas going for goal, bringing score down, saving the energy. And I must say, great comeback from the Griquas. Right, so the line are taken at the back here, and a run around from the Pumas to just 5 meters inside the half of the Griquas. Oh, and it's been intercepted here by JC Nell for the Griquas, and they're going to take the lead here at halftime. What an intercept from JC Nell. Played for the Bulls in the Rainbow Cup, and he puts the Griquas into a good position to lead at halftime. What an intercept from JC Nell there. Never saw that coming at all. Barry says until when it really needed. So you're referring to those energy that they needed. And now this intercept from JC Nell is just going to make things so much worse for the Pumas. Eddie Fishier's pass got intercepted by JC Nell. And now just a kick left here for George Whitehead right in front of the post. Flying Wizard says, I'm shocked. Right, so Eddie Fishier, not Eddie Fishier, George Whitehead gets the kick over for the Griquas. So there is going to be the Griquas leading at halftime by 16 points to 15. And what a surprise after the Pumas have really dominated this game in so many facets so far in this game. So really, really surprised to see that this is the halftime score here at Mumabella Stadium. 16 points to the Griquas, 15 to the Pumas, guys. And who would have thought that after the dominant display that we have seen from the Pumas so far in this first half? Never imagined that. I thought that the Pumas were going to really have a good shot at this. But now, at halftime, it's the Griquas leading. And I think I'm still going to stick to my 8-point victory here for the Pumas in this game. So I do have to take a quick break, guys. Just fill up that lungs and refill the glass. And then I will be back for the second half. So don't go anywhere, guys. I will be back in about 5 to 10 minutes for the second half of this game. Let's just quickly set this thing at halftime, so that anybody who's wondering where I am, they can know that it is halftime here. And so at halftime, 15-16, Griquas leading. What a game this has been. So don't go anywhere, guys. I will be back in about 5 to 10 minutes' time. Right, we are back for the second half, guys, and it should be a very interesting second half. Against all the odds, it is the Griquas who are leading this game. Didn't expect this at all. Let's quickly see if I can get the first half happenings for you guys. So Eddie Fisher opened it up with a penalty in the 7th minute. Then White had got one in the 13th minute. A try by Matt Moore, really poor defense there from the Griquas led to that try. Just bumped off one guy and ran over for the try there. Then Eddie Fisher converted the try, and then Vestrot scored another one, an unconverted try for the Pumas. And then just suddenly, the Griquas came back with 2 penalties, and then an intercept try from JC Nell, which were converted by George Whitehead. So yeah, that's what the first half has been all about. Overall, it's been a really good game, and just quickly having a look at what the people had to say while I was gone. Let's see. Jasper de Toy said, I must say, the Pumas will win for me. Well, it's probably for you. Jasper also says, welcome back. Sometimes it's hard to make out these messages, but I got that one. Right, so let's quickly go and have a look how the players have performed so far. That's what I normally do at halftime. I give my verdict on some of the players. So Devin Williams at the back has been pretty solid at times for the Pumas. He has made a couple of mistakes with that high kicks, knocked it on a couple of times, and led to some mistakes for the Pumas. Mafura has been pretty solid when he had ball in hand. The likes of Eric Cronje hasn't had plenty of work in this first half. Matt Moore has had a couple of good runs. He's been solid on the defense. Talyard hasn't had a lot of ball. But for me so far, the player of the Pumas, Eddie Fisher, just controlling the ball, controlling the kicks, finding space in behind the Griquas, clearing the ball when they're in trouble, and really just dictating the play for the Pumas at the moment. Gunter Smits has been really solid at scrum half for them, although maybe a step up maybe in the second half will do him well. Willie Engelbrecht, as always, very solid at the back of the scrum for the Pumas. Michael Guana hasn't seen a lot. Franco Kleinhans has been solid. Pieter van Vieren, Darius Landsberg. Landsberg has been pretty solid as well for the Pumas today. But for me, the forward of the game so far for the Pumas is the number 2, Simon Vestrot. He's been really doing a hard work, getting his lineouts thrown in, making those hard yards when needed to, and has scored a try of his own so far. So pretty solid from the Pumas so far. Flying Wizard says, can't wait to see what's going to happen in this half. It is going to be one of those games that could go either way. I said the Pumas by 8 at the start of this game. So hopefully my prediction will come true and the Pumas will win by 8 points. But at the moment, it is the Griquas who's leading through that intercept try from JC Nell right before halftime. Looking at the play from the Griquas so far, Banda has been solid. Kasande has chased up a few good balls from Whitehead. JC Nell and Andre Swartz have been really good in defense for them. Edwin Keita a bit quiet today, so expecting a better second half from him as we get ready for the second half, guys. Jasper de Toy said, South Africa lose the cricket. West Indies beat us by 21 runs. Goodness gracious. So I don't really watch cricket these days, and that's the reason why. Right, the restart from the Pumas for the second half has been, it hasn't been knocked on by the Pumas. And here they come. An opportunity for the Pumas very early on in the second half. 1 meter short of the try line. The kickoff not been secured by the Griquas. And here comes the Pumas. It is Smuts now. Out it goes to Eddie Fisher. Straightening the line. So close. Just a meter short is the Pumas. It is going to go to Vestrot. Knocks it backwards though. And not securing that ball. We're coming back for a penalty for the Pumas now. That is really sloppy from the Griquas as they start the second half very poorly. We saw what happened last week when it was the Griquas who started off with a high against the Cheetahs in the second half. So really need to capitalize on those mistakes is the Pumas now. Jasper says, I'm watching on my TV today. Okay. And then Elgin Mokokong says, okay, so they have decided to go for goal here, and it's the Pumas, Eddie Foucher, right in front of the post to take the Pumas back into the lead here. Remember, guys, don't forget to vote. 35 votes at the moment, saying that the Pumas will win 63%. The Griquas got 37%. So we are currently at 18 points to 16. The Pumas leading now. The Griquas after a very, very sloppy start to the second half from the Griquas. Elgin Mokamung says Keita. So Keita for me was the best player last week for this Griquas side. Here we go for the restart now from George Whitehead. Beautifully taken there by Landsman for the Pumas. 5 meters inside their own 22 now is the Pumas has got the ball. And Smuts gives it out to the big forwards. Just setting up maybe for the kick for Foucher. Foucher is going to kick this downfield and not going to find touch into the hands of Kasendi. Kasendi now. Kasendi to the 10-meter line inside Pumas half. The Griquas was struggling to get this back though, but they do get it. Unrega. And it goes to the forwards now. Just working their way up is Lindsay now. Unrega out wide they go. Oh, it's a nice little break from Bierwinkel up to over the 10-meter line now, but a little bit isolated, and it's been stolen by the Pumas now on a 10-meter line inside their own half. Comes back, Smuts waiting for the ball at the back of this ruck. Now it comes out to the forwards, just driving their way up is Westerhout for the Pumas. Comes back to Eddie Foucher. Gives it out to Devin Williams, who's going to put it to the boot, and he's going to look to find space, not going to get it. And into the hands of Bando, is going to kick it downfield as well. Not going to find touch though. And into the hands of Devin Williams inside of 22. And he's going to try and smack it downfield. And that is a magnificent kick from him all the way up to the 22-meter line of the Griquas. Oh, sorry, of the Pumas. So line out to the Pumas on their own 22-meter line. Defensive line out coming up for them. We've had 4 minutes of the second half. Jasper de Toey says, why not? I want to win the match. Go Pumas. Right, so, yeah, it is going to be a line-out on the 22 of the Griquas, sorry. So it's going to be a throw-in to the Griquas now on their own 22. Defensive line-out coming up for them. Taken by Lindsay, but it's loose, and it could be stolen here by the Pumas. Now it does come back to the Griquas side. 5 meters out from their own try line is the Griquas now under pressure. Unrega waiting for it to come out, gives it out to Bierwinkel, just sets it up for a possible kick downfield, but a good counter ruck here from the Pumas, disrupting the Griquas, but they do finally get it now, is Unrega, and Unrega looks like he's going to try and kick this over the top, does so, and he's going to find touch, let's see, about 5 meters out from his own 22. Good opportunity now for the Pumas. Jasper says, go Pumas, go Pumas. And Elgin says, no. Well, great contest here on the comment section as well, guys. Who do you think is going to win this one? It could come down to the wire. And are you guys excited to see the Springboks back in action today? Throwing coming from Westgard for the Pumas, taken by Engelbrecht. But a little knock on there from the Pumas. And it's going to be a scrum down to the Griquas. 5 meters outside their own 22. Too many little errors at the moment. Flying Wizard says Pumas just need to push hard till the end if they want to win, which is true. Like I said, I don't think anybody at this stage has convinced me that they're going to win this one. But too many errors, too many aerial ping-pong battles going on. Not enough rugby being played at the moment between the two sides. It's just kicking upfield, downfield, going to the air to see who makes the most mistakes in this game. So Unrega now to feed it for the Griquas. 5 meters out from his own 22 now. The Griquas got it. They give it out to George Whitehead. He's going to put it downfield as well again. And not going to find touch into the hands of Devin Williams. Up to the 10-meter line. He goes, puts it to the air. And now there's a chase here from the Pumas. Who's going to win this one? It's beautifully taken by George Whitehead on the 10-meter line, but it spills loose. And the Griquas now under pressure. Will they get it back? No. The Pumas have turned this over, and here they come. On the 10-meter line, inside Griquas half now. Smuts waiting for it to come out. Penalty Pumas. And they sure as hell will go for goal from here. About 5 meters out from the 22 of the Griquas. About 15 meters out from the left-hand touchline. Right, Elgin says, go Griquas, and Jasper de Toy says the Pumas must, well, I don't know what you just said there, Jasper. But yeah, good practice maybe for that Georgia game with all those strange surnames there. Right, so they are going to have a shot at goal. Eddie Fisher is going to line this up for them. And let's see if they can extend their lead to 21 points to 16. 3 out of 4 for Eddie Fisher today. Missing only a conversion so far. And that one is going straight through. So 21-16. The Pumas now lead this game. Barry says, when it comes to energy, Griquas have a chance. They need a try. Ruben Meyer says, oh, well, how's it going, Ruben? Hope you're well as well. Right, so 21 points to 16. Ace is now replacing Lees for the Griquas. The first change of the game today. Whitehead with a restart. And he goes up high. That's one collected beautifully by Landsman for the Pumas. And it is Smuts who's got it at the back. Now gives it out to the big forwards who's just driving this upfield for them. Peter van Vieren. Now comes out to Eddie Fisher. Straight down the middle. He kicks it into the hands of George Whitehead now. Going to the air. Banda to chase. It's been the story of the day so far. Beautifully collected by Fisher on the 10-meter line. Now Devin Williams with the kick downfield. Nobody at the back for the Griquas. George Whitehead gets back for it. A little bit under pressure, but he gets it away as well. Not going to find touch though. And here's a chance now for Eddie Fisher again. Goes to the air again. Chase now from the Pumas. Oh, and George Whitehead has knocked that on. And now the Pumas have a chance inside the 10-meter line of the Griquas now. Out wide it goes. Eddie Fisher is going to go for a drop goal. But that's gone horribly short and not near the post. So will we come back for that little knock-on from George Whitehead? Yes, we will. Barry says they need a try. So that's the Griquas. Ruben Meyer, Kanye, the Lions game doing. Absolutely, I will be doing that one, Ruben. That is going to be at 7 o'clock. So 2 hours from now, the Springboks will be returning to action. Jasper de Toy says yes. So let's quickly go and have a look at that poll. 39 votes casted. 62% that says the Pumas will win it. 38 says the Griquas. So still everybody now starting to favor the Pumas for a victory. It was the Griquas who was leading at halftime through an intercept try from JC Nell, but the Pumas have dominated most of the game so far. Currently, we've got an injury to Cardense. So, yeah, do you guys still think that the Pumas will win this, or will the Griquas steal it at the very end of the game? Flying Wizard says Pumas don't think what they do and then make stupid errors, which is true. They're making really silly mistakes at vital times as well. But, yeah, Ruben Meyer asking Marty Lions, what in the other Lions, what speel? Yeah, that game is tomorrow. We'll be doing that one as well, Ruben. So definitely a lot of rugby on this weekend. Flying Wizard says, but they still play good. So, yeah, the Pumas not bad. They're a well-drilled team under Jimmy Stonehouse. Very good coach. I wish that the Sharks want to buy that guy because I'm content with Sean Everett, but he's not, for me, he's not the best coach that the Sharks can have. And a guy like Jimmy will definitely drill those teams very, very well. So, yeah, probably one of the most underrated coaches in South Africa is Jimmy at the moment for the Pumas. Right, just having a look at the stats quickly. 5 handling errors from the Griquas to the 2 of the Pumas. 3 turnovers conceded by the Griquas to none of the Pumas. 7 penalties conceded to the 3. And then 44 tackles made by the Pumas to the 31 of the Griquas. Griquas has missed 13 tackles to the 9 of the Pumas. So, yeah, plenty of errors in this game. Could have been a lot better. A lot of kicking today. And a lot of mistakes as well. So not the greatest of game. Still probably a lot better than the Cheetahs Griquas game last week. That one for me was a really big disappointment. But yeah, this game is still close. 5 points the difference. Can still go anyway. 9 minutes into the second half. Smuts to feed this one on a big scrum here from the Pumas. They could definitely penalty advantage here. And Smuts gets caught at the back by Sergol, but it is going to be a penalty to the Pumas and another chance to maybe kick a goal here for them. So the discipline of the Griquas letting themselves down at the moment. Well, Eddie Fisher not going to go for goal. They're going to go for touch. And he finds touch about 10 meters out from the Griquas try line. Flying Wizard says, the Pumas, they didn't make errors. They would have been far ahead. Absolutely. And then Barry, I see the British and Irish Lions have a lot of chances when they face the Lions. The Lions will definitely lose that match, unfortunately. I just don't see the Golden Lions anywhere close on that one. Remember last time in 2009, they got hammered by the British and Irish Lions, but the game was pretty poor at that time. Landsman takes it in for the Pumas now, and 10 meters out, they form them all here. Can Westgard takes it off the back now. Still going is Westgard, 2 meters out now. And it comes out now to the loose head prop, driving his way forward, is making a couple of meters. Dewald Maritz as well, but still about 2 meters out is the Pumas now. Pick and go here, Landsman. Still about a meter short now is the Pumas. They're still going so close now. A great or nearly breaking there is the number 7, but again short, and the referee's going to call them back for the penalty there. Rugby Hit video says, how do you feel about the Sharks losing on Wednesday? Well, I hope they don't. Well, obviously they will lose that game, I think, but let's hope that they don't lose by too much, though. As long as it's a nice, good game and they don't play too bad. Jasper says, yes, go Pumas. And then Ruben Meyer says, yeah, Lions gaan wen wat in South Africa is. Well, that one is going to be, it is what it is, man. That British and Irish Lions are a good team. So the Pumas have set up another line out here, and they're probably going to try and go with another driving maul here. Some more replacements now coming on to the field for the Griquas. As let's just see who the replacement is. I think it's Visser who's coming on for Skitter now for the Griquas. And then also another replacement is Bierwinkel who's going off. And Max McSmalley is coming on. So now taken by Landsberg for the Pumas, and they start the driving maul. Controlled at the back by Westgard. Westgard just keeping that ball at the back, doing well. The Pumas are still going forward. Now they're going to go over the try line, and it's going to be a try to Westgard for sure. Surely they can't deny him that. The referee hasn't awarded a try just yet, but it could just as well be a try here. The Griquas think they've held him up, but I don't think there was any way of stopping him. And the referee is going to go to the TMO for this one. He wasn't in the right position to go for it. So unfortunately, we are going to have to go upstairs for this one. Ruben Kiss says, I think the British and Irish Lions going to win. And all right, Jasper says I must go. So Barry, are you going to do British and Irish Lions game tomorrow? Absolutely, Barry. I'm going to try and do as much as possible. So I am looking at doing, let's start it off with the All Blacks versus Tonga. And then after that, we've got a Currie Cup game. I think it is, what Currie Cup game is playing tomorrow? I think it is, I have to make sure about that one. But if there is, there will be one be doing for that one as well. Then I'm looking to do the Canada-Wales game as well as the Lions versus Lions game. And then on Sunday, I think England are playing United States. So I will be doing that one as well. Ruben hit videos. When did you start doing live commentaries? So basically, yeah, I can't remember, man. But I did start it on my channel sometime back, and I just tested it, and from there it went really well, and I just started to continue doing that. I think my Bulls versus Sharks Currie Cup final hit 30K views, so that is the best commentary video that I have done up to now. Flying Wizard says, I hope it is a try. So the try has been awarded for the Pumas. It is a try to Westcott there for the Pumas, and the conversion from Eddie Fisher goes to the left of the post. So the score is going to stay 26 points to 16 here. A 10-point lead now for the Pumas. But we saw how quickly that changed before halftime as well. Barry Dudamari All Blacks versus Manu Samoa. I'll have a look into it. I will let you know, Barry. But I might be a little bit too early for me, but we'll see. So Westcott takes it up for the Pumas again, 5 meters out from their own 22. It is Smuts waiting for that ball. Comes out to Van Vieren for the Pumas. Still about 5 meters out from the 22. Now Landsberg taking it up for the Pumas as well. Just waiting for it. Now it comes back to Fisher under pressure. Kicks it downfield. Not going to find touch with that one. And Bunda's got it for the Griquas now. Puts it to the air again. Chased down by the Griquas. Let's see who's going to get it. Gator tried to get it, and it bounces back to the Griquas side. Now on the 10-meter line inside Pumas half. Here they come. Oh, they are going backwards at a steady pace. Just passing it through the hands, but the gap is not opening up for him at all. Up to halfway goes the Griquas now. They've lost plenty of ground. Lindsay, out it comes to George Whitehead. Now Swartz, out it goes to Keita, gets the offload away, but it's been knocked on there by the number 16, Van Square. Unfortunately, not able, well, it's not Van Square, it's Uncle Ace who knocks it on for the Griquas, just over halfway. But that ball got knocked into touch, so they opted to go for a quick throw-in was the Pumas, kicks it downfield and into the hands of Banda. Now Banda puts it to the bird as well, and let's see who's back for it. Eddie Fisher inside his 22. Kicks it as well, and he's going to find touch. Let's see, roundabout on where the lineout would have been on halfway, but it is going to be a Griquas lineout now. Ruben Mayer asking how late will the Lions and the other Lions play? So I still have to check the time there, Ruben, but I will have it up by tomorrow morning for you guys. Dave Spencer says no Currie Cup games tomorrow. Barry asking how many minutes are left. So there's 24 minutes left in this game, Barry. Flying Wizard says 24. Let's see. Here comes the Griquas now up to halfway. Andre Swartz gaining a couple of meters there now. George Whitehead out to JC now. Puts it to the boot. Chased down by Keita. And unfortunately, the ball goes into touch. 5 meters out from the 22 of the Pumas. So 24 minutes left in this game, guys. And it's a 10-point game at the moment. The Pumas leading by 10 points, but under pressure now from the Griquas. Let's quickly have a look at what time does the Lions play the Lions. So that will be at 10-6 tomorrow. The kickoff will be so 10-6 tomorrow. It is the Lions versus the Lions. Right, throwing coming from Westcott now for the Pumas. He's had a solid game today for the Pumas. Throws it in 5 Van Vieren at the back now. Gives it out to Smuts. Puts it to the boot again now into the hands of Keita. Just outside his own 22. He's going to go on a run up to the 10-meter line. Oh, he breaks through the middle here up to halfway. but slips unfortunately and goes down just inside the half of the Pumas. Now comes back. Here they come, kicked ahead by Andre Swartz, and that one is going to go directly into touch, and it's going to be a scrum down or a line out, right? Well, penalty to the Griquas. We're coming for a penalty now. Roundabout on the 10-meter line inside Pumas half. Will we see them go for goal from here? They've been kicking plenty of penalties in today's game, so I would be surprised if they don't go for another one here. Yep, George Whitehead is going to go for Poles here. Right, Flying Wizard says, I told you Pumas will win by 10 points minimum. Right, so it's not over just yet, Flying Wizard. Still a lot can happen in this one. If Whitehead can get this one, it's going to reduce the deficit to just 7 points now, with 22 minutes to go in this game. Right, can George Whitehead get this penalty to put the Griquas back within 7 points? 22 minutes to go in this game. Barry asking what stadium they're playing at. So they're playing at the Mumumbela Stadium in, well, is it Nelspruit? I think it is. Or Witbank. Yeah, probably Nelspruit. But it is the Mumumbela Stadium in the Mpumalanga area. So home to the Pumas. The kick goes over. So 26 points to 19. It is a 7-point game at the moment. Can the Griquas find their way back into this game, or will the Pumas strike next? Let me know in the comment section what you guys think is going to happen with this last 20 minutes of the game. Right, restart from Eddie Fischer. Goes up high, and a beautiful restart from him, collected here by the Pumas, and Landsberg could go all the way. No, the referee's calling him back. A little knock on from the Pumas as they attempted to get that ball, and it is going to be a scrum down to the Griquas. Brian Benito says, go Griquas. Right, so scrum down to the Griquas just inside their own 22. Led off the hook there by a little knock on from the number 6 flanker of the Pumas. It was Francois Kleinhans who knocked that ball in, and he's giving the Griquas a lot of problems today, as is Westcott and also the likes of Eddie Fischer. Those have been my standout players for the Pumas today. Who do you guys think is going to score the next try? Pumas or Griquas? Flying Wizard says errors, errors, errors. Yeah, too many errors today. So we are going to have a reset scrum now, and it's still the ball off the Griquas. Just inside the 22. A chance now for them to clear their own ball. Who's going to get the next points, guys? 20 minutes to play. Who's going to win it? Brian Benito says SA Lions will beat the British and Irish Lions. Yeah, you guys got hard to predict that one. Remember the last time those two teams won or played, the British and Irish Lions absolutely hammered the Golden Lions. But who knows? Things can change. At the moment, it's a penalty to the Griquas here. Illegal scrummaging by the Pumas. And a chance now for George Whitehead to kick this downfield. Barry says, or Brian says, Griquas will score next try. So the kick downfield is going to find touch on the 10-meter line inside Pumas half. Flying Wizard says Pumas will win, but Griquas stands a good chance. Absolutely, with 19 minutes to go, it's still anybody's game as Oranje now replaces Unriga for the Griquas as well. Right, will these replacements be the difference for the Griquas today? Throw in here, taken beautifully by the Griquas now. Oranje out to George Whitehead now. JC Nell with a bad pass to Banda. Has lost plenty of ground on the halfway. And will they get it back? Yes, they will. Oranje's got it back for him. Now driven forward by Sergil for the Griquas. Oranje back to Whitehead, puts it to the bird, finds plenty of space at the back, but it's not going to find touch. And it's into the hands of Devin Williams. But under pressure, here's Devin Williams. Gives it out to Mafura, who's going to kick this downfield for the Pumas into the hands of Banda. Banda's going to have a run here up to the 10-meter line. Now kicks it downfield trying to find space. Horrible kick from him into the hands. It goes of Devin Williams, who's going to thump it downfield and going to send it back with interest and finds touch roundabout on the 10-meter line, but quickly thrown in by the Griquas, and Whitehead kicks it downfield. Not going to find touch. Mafura has got it now for the Griquas, for the Pumas. Gives it out to Eddie Fisher, puts it to the boot again, and he's going to kick it directly into touch. So the line out is going to be roundabout on the 10-meter line inside Pumas half. Too much kicking, too much errors, and really need to start playing a more expansive game. Try to run it from where it's possible. Right, Rika says Griquas will win it. So still a lot of support here for the Griquas, even after trailing by 7 points still with 17 minutes to go in this game. Line out coming up for the Griquas now. It's beautifully taken. Oh, but they knocked it on, or has it hit the head? The referee says play on. Here comes the Pumas now with the possession just on their own 22-meter line. Comes back to Eddie Fisher again, who's going to kick it downfield and not going to find touch into the hands of Banda again. He's going to run it with a little chip kick over the top on halfway. Beautifully, or not beautifully collected by Devin Williams. Knocked on. And here comes the Griquas through Keita, but he's bundled into touch. So we're going to have a scrum down roundabout again on the 10-meter line inside Griquas half. Just an error-ridden game at the moment. Too much kicking, too much errors, unfortunately. Barry Green says, this game looks like a game at your club, Guru. Yeah, although we don't even kick that much, Barry, I must say our team are a very attacking team, but that tends to cause a lot more problems for us than I would have preferred our team rather kicking than running the ball. But when you're playing professional rugby, you're supposed to sum up the situation, not just kick, and then make errors in the process as well. So, yeah, it's a bit disappointing the second half, but we had a good start, so we'll take that. Flying Wizard having a laugh at that comment from Barry there. So let's see. There is currently some attention to some of the injured players at the moment. So after 46 votes, the Pumas got 63%. The Griquas 37. Will they be able to hang on to this victory as the Pumas? Or can the Griquas surprise them again with another intercept try maybe from JC Nell? Or who knows, maybe Keita to get it. Who do you guys think is going to score the next try? I think the Griquas might get sneaky in a try here. I just got the sneaky feeling. But maybe the Pumas defense will hold out. Urania to feed the scrum for the Griquas now. Let's see what's going to happen with this one. 15 minutes to go. Urania feeds it to the scrum. Solid scrum here. Bit under pressure, but Sergel gets it out now. Urania, Whitehead straight in the line by JC Nell now. Quick ball needed now. Urania sniping off the back here. Not getting too much ground with it. Still under pressure is the Griquas now. They need to get this out. It is Ace who takes it up to Lindsay. Still about 5 meters out from the 22 now. Back to the 10-meter line. George Whitehead out wide from Swart. Finds Sergil now. Sergil goes up just over the 10-meter line. Urania now back to George Whitehead on the 10-meter line. Andre Swart out to JC Nell. There's an overlap here on the outside for them. Keita's going to have a run, but a big tackle from Matt Moore on him basically stops them in their track, and now it's gone backwards for the Griquas, and let's see, the referee's calling them back here for another penalty here. But a massive tackle on Keita there from Matt Moore caused a lot of problems there for the Griquas, but penalty now for the Griquas, and they can set this up to maybe have another shot at goal, or will they go for touch? They need to get something from this. Barry says, maybe your club, Guru, can maybe learn a few things. I think I'll show them that in the next, highlight video that we do. But all club rugby has been suspended anyway, so we won't play any rugby for a short while now. Then Flying Wizard says, Pumas will score next? Well, it seems like it is going to be the Griquas who's going to score it through a penalty. Gareth Mason has joined in. How's it going, Gareth? Rugby Guru, you sound like the legend. You, Bladen, keep it up, bud. Thanks so much, Gareth. Appreciate joining in on this live chat. Barry Green says you should take notes every time you do live commentary and they give it to your club. I probably will do that, Barry. But let's see what happens with this one. It is George Whitehead to go for goal here for the Griquas with about 13 minutes left in this game. Can they line this up and get something out of this? The kick from George Whitehead is over. So it is a 26-22 game at the moment. And it's a 4-point game here with 13 minutes to go. Will the Griquas steal this one, or will the Pumas hold on for the victory? Van Schoor has now replaced Westcott here. Right, so restart coming from Eddie Fisher now. Right, so here they come again. It is taken by Sergio at the back for the Griquas now. Who's going to control this? Oranya's got it for them now. And they just need to control this, get it out of their own 22. That's what they need to do at the moment. Right, Oranya waiting for it. He's going to go with the box kick, but it's been charged down. And now there's a chance here for the Pumas. 5 meters out from the 22. Oh, but the Griquas have ripped this again. And somehow they've got it back. And now they can clear this ball if they want to. Lindsay at scrum off for the Griquas. Gives it out to Mignoli. Still just around about on the 22-meter line. Oranje now waiting for it. Comes back to George Whitehead. And he's going to put this downfield. Not able to kick it out directly into the hands of Devin Williams. Williams goes to the up and under now. It is chased by Taljaard. But that is going to go directly into... No, it's not gone directly. But it's definitely gone into touch. It's going to be a line out to the Griquas. About 5 meters out from their own 22. Flying Wizard says, come on, Pumas, 11J set. Let's see who is going to take this one with 11 minutes to go in this game. It is a line out to the Griquas, about 5 meters out from the Pumas 22. So they did touch that ball. Flying Wizard says, agree, step up your game, Pumas. Right, so great opportunity now for the Pumas to get out of their own 22 here. Here they come. It is taken forward by Andre Swart for the Griquas. Now Oranje. Oranje with the box kick over the top now. Chased down here by, let's see, is that the number 14 now taken by Taljaard. Gives it out to Devin Williams. Eddie Fisher under pressure now. Good tackle here from Oranje. Driven back in the tackle up to the 22-meter line. Inside their own half is the Pumas now. Smuts gets it back. So driven forward by the forwards now. So close. And a penalty to the Pumas. Unfortunately, coming in from the side was the Griquas. And a great opportunity goes to waste for them. Barry says, Guru, your prediction at risk. LOL. Yeah, absolutely. I said the Pumas by 8 points today, guys. So the Griquas doing well to disrupt that prediction today. Right, Eddie Fisher now with the kick downfield, and he's going to find touch. Let's see where that goes. Roundabout between the 22 and the 10-meter line inside Griquas half. So the Pumas will be looking to capitalize on this now. Can they do this? Throw in coming now from Van Schoor for the Pumas. Like I said, roundabout between the 22 and the 10-meter line inside the Griquas half. Can they do this? Right, Van Schoor with the throw in, finds Landsberg, beautifully taken by him, and now they can drive this up. The Pumas still going. Beautiful drive here from the Pumas, mauling their way up. Will the Griquas give away a penalty from here? The players are in offside position, surely. Oh, here they come. Here comes the Pumas over the 22. Is Van Schoor now, breaks free. Smuts on a loose pass there, finds nobody. Now gets into the hands. Let's see who's got this. It is the number 13 making his way upfield for the Pumas now. Inside the 22, Smuts. Landsberg again. 15 meters out is the Pumas now. Quickly snaps from the corner is Smuts, but brought down really quickly there. Now it comes back for the Pumas, driven forward by the forwards, making their way upfield. Eddie Fisher caught behind the advantage line here. Great defense from the Griquas. Right, Smuts waiting for that at the back now. Gets it out. Now Devin Williams, skip pass out to Talyard, but into touch. So the Griquas will survive this onslaught. And it's going to be a line out to the Griquas on the 22-meter line. Some sloppy passing there from the Pumas, leading to this little mix-up. Flying Wizard says 9 minutes left in this game, so it's about 8 minutes to go now. Go Pumas. Line out to the Griquas now, and some more replacements now coming on for the Pumas as well. It is Mafu coming on for Kleinhans, who's had a pretty decent game here. Right, scrum down. Oh, line out now to the Griquas on the 22-meter line. Can they secure this ball? It is September also on for Smuts now at number 9 for the Pumas. So will we see some spark from the Pumas now? Line out is taken by Lindsay at the back, or Sergio. And the Griquas come with a maul of their own here, but driven or now static from them. Some really good defense from the Pumas. Right, Urania, out it goes to George Whitehead. They're going to run this. There's an overlap. JC now nearly breaks through the defense up to the 10-meter line, and a penalty to the Griquas. Players not rolling away, and a chance now for the Griquas to set this up inside the Pumas half and maybe steal this game. George Whitehead to kick this downfield for the Griquas now. We've got 7 minutes to go, guys. 12 penalties conceded by the Griquas to the 7 of the Pumas today. Can the Griquas steal this game right in front of the Pumas today? Like they did at halftime, nobody gave the Griquas a chance before halftime, and they were actually leading. And JC Nell nearly breaking through there for the Griquas, but just stopped, and then a penalty came. So the line out on the 22-meter line now of the Pumas. It is the Griquas to throw this into the lineup. It is Ace to throw the feet. Let's see what's going to happen with this one. Right, 6 minutes to go. Taken beautifully by Sergel. And wait, the referee, no, we have to take that line out again. There was supposed to come a replacement for the Pumas. So we are going to have another line out now to the Griquas on the 22-meter line. Are the Pumas at home? Yes, they are. And Bertie looks like I've missed a good game. Well, a lot of aerial ping-pong battle and lots of errors, Bertie. So you haven't missed too much, but a close, hard-fought battle. Now comes George Whitehead to Banda, slips through the first defender, puts a little dab ahead, and here's a chance for the Griquas, but beautiful defense of work from Talyard, goes into touch 5 meters out from his own try line, and it's going to be a line out to the Griquas now, 5 meters out with 5 minutes to go. Great pressure put on there from the right winger of the Griquas, Kassendi, putting pressure on the Pumas, but we are also coming back for a penalty to the Griquas. So either way, George White is going to put this out 5 meters from the try line on the left-hand side of the field. Chance for the Griquas to steal this one. Barry says, I think Griquas by 5. Barry says, I bet you put a V by your name. Do you notice it, Currie? Yes, I did. I did notice it. Yeah, actually, last week, actually. Right, so it's been taken by the Griquas now, and they're going to try and maul this up 5 meters out from the try line. Can they get the momentum? It's static at the moment. Willie Engelbrecht has disrupted this more beautifully, and it looks like the Pumas might get this now. Yes, they will. The maul going down, and it's going to be a 5-meter scrum to the Pumas. How many drama are we going to have now towards the end of this game? Brilliant defensive display from the Pumas, and Mafusa giving high fives all around to the Pumas side. Well, that is a very important maul stopped by the Pumas. The Griquas were on their way to the try line, and somehow they've managed to stop them there. 5 meter scrum now to the Pumas with 4 minutes to go. It's a 4-point game at the moment. Right. Who would have guessed that this game would get so close towards the end? Rika says, let's go, Griquas. So great opportunity goes away there for them. Surely that would have been the moment where they won this game. But it's not over yet. The scrum feed from now, from September for the Pumas. Can the Griquas win a penalty from here? The scrum feed from September. The scrum is good from the Pumas. They do get it out. Eddie Fisher under pressure now. Tries to get it out for them. It is driven up to about 10 meters out. Now pressure on the Pumas again. Just putting it to the forwards at the moment. Now September. Out it comes to Fisher again. And he's going to put it to the boot. And he's going to find touch. Let's see. Roundabout on the 10-meter line. Inside the Pumas half. Right, so Barry says, Pumas 5 meters out of their own try line. Yes, they were. And they managed to get the kick away up to the 10-meter line now. Swart replaces Prinsloo for the Pumas. So, with 2.5 minutes to go, let's see what's going to happen. The referee are looking at something here. No, it's actually an injury to Willie Engelbrecht, one of the key players of the Pumas today. And it looks like he might have to leave the field. Flying Wizard says 2 minutes left in this game. Yes, about 2.5 minutes to go. And still anybody's game. Griquas, 3.5 minutes to be exact there, Flying Wizard. So 3.5 minutes to go. Line up to the Griquas on the 10-meter line inside Pumas half. Can they get this win? Ace to Frodis in the lineup for the Griquas. Right. All injuries have been attended to, and now the lineup can take place. Can the Griquas steal this one, guys? The votes have been cast. 48 votes today. Pumas 62, Griquas 38 was the voting. Can the Griquas disrupt that? The lineup beautifully taken now. Whitehead loops around, gives it out to JC Nell, brought down quickly there. Great defense from the Pumas. Now Urania gives it out to the big forwards. Up to the 10-meter line they go. Urania back to Whitehead, gives it out to Swart. Long skip pass out to Sergil. Sergil makes no meters at all. Up to the 10-meter line again they go. Now Urania, a little bit of a mix-up there. Least needs to get it for the Pumas. Nearly stole it there, but it comes back now. And a little knock-on there from McNally for the Griquas, and the Pumas have got this now on halfway. September waiting for this ball to come out. They're going to get it out to Fisher, who's going to put a little cross kick in here. Chased down by Talyard, and nearly got there, but the ball goes into touch. And it's going to be a line out 5 meters out from the 22 of the Griquas. Wow. Are we going to see one last piece of drama in this game? Well, actually, Masande has touched that ball for the Griquas, so it looks like it could be a line out to the Pumas here on the 22-meter line. In fact, it is. So, more trouble now for the Griquas. So, the Pumas just need to play this down. 2 minutes left in this game. And some more injury attendance at the moment, this time to one of the Griquas players. And it does look quite serious as well. They are calling up for a stretcher here. So not sure what the number is, but it could be, can't really make out who the player is that is down at the moment. So unfortunately, he will have to be stretched off the field. So this might take a minute or two. It is Andre Swart, but he's managed to stand up. He is looking a little bit dizzy at the moment, is Andre Swart, as Edric Arends is now onto the field. Bertie asking, Guru, what is your predictions for Lions versus British and Irish Lions? It might not be a popular one, Bertie, but I think the Lions will win that one by at least 30 points, unfortunately. So Swarts are leaving the field and looking a little bit dazed at the moment, asking the referee to have a look at the tackle. So we might end up having a look at that tackle from the Pumas on Swarts. It looks like, yeah, he got a high. It looked like a tackle from one of the Pumas players, but I didn't see anything sinister about it. I think he just maybe landed a little bit badly. So let's see. The referee are not going to have a look at that. So it is going to be a line out to the Pumas, 5 meters out from the 22, and the Griquas have stolen that ball. Now comes Orange. Here they come. Whitehead out to JC Nell. There's an overlap here for them. Quickly, it is Kassendi who makes it up to the 10-meter line for the Griquas. A minute to go in this game. Urania gets it back to Whitehead. Whitehead goes out wide to Orange. Gives it out now. Here's going to have a little run here up to the 10-meter line. Not really making any ground, but trying to spread the Pumas defense here. Can they spread it enough? Urania again. Whitehead out to JC Nell again. An opportunity out wide. There is an overlap, but they decide to go themselves. There's the Griqua player there, just over the 10-meter line. Now the forwards are going to try and bash their way up through the middle. Do they get this ball back? There's only 30 seconds left now. Whitehead. Back it goes to Keita. Keita gets caught by 3 Puma defenders, driven back in a tackle. Now Urania gets it out to Makongwana. And he goes absolutely nowhere with that one. Now Urania, out it goes to JC Nell, throws a little dummy, but the Pumas not falling for it at all. And it looks like the Pumas have ripped this ball, and it is September who's got his hands at the ball at the back of the ruck. They just need to hang on for 2 seconds now, and surely that has got to be the ball game here. Comes out to Eddie Fisher, and Fisher's going to kick this downfield. Did he realize that the time was up or not? It is going to be Banda who's going to collect this for the Griquas. Are they going to have a run from their own try line here? George Whitehead gets caught by 2 Puma defenders, 5 meters out from his own try line. Right, so Rania waiting for that ball at the back, 5 meters out. And now comes out to Banda. JC Nell trying to run it from his own try line. Just gets caught about 2 meters out from his own try line. Urania now gives it out to Mnyoli. Mnyoli 5 meters out from their own try line as the Griquas. Gives it out to Whitehead. Puts his head down and isolated there. Penalty to the Pumas. Holding on the ground. And will they just kick this out or will they go for the try? Right, a little bit of an argument there between Willie Engelbrecht and September, which doesn't look good for the Pumas there. A little bit of tension between the 2 players from their own side. Right, so they have decided to kick that into touch, and that is going to be full time here. The Pumas winning by 26 points to 22, and what a tight game this has been. Brian Benitez says 30 points never. SA Lions will win against the British and Irish Lions. Well, Brian, you could join me for tomorrow's live stream. We'll see what the score will be. I might be completely wrong. Christian says, Bertie, definitely safe to say a Lions team should win. Yeah, definitely. And then Flying Wizard says, lack of Pumas. So, yeah, guys, that is the end of this one. It is the Pumas running away with a 4-point victory in the end. And what a close game that was. I will see you guys in about an hour's time for the Springboks versus Georgia game. Until next time, guys, this is the Rugby Guru. Cheers for now.